Hello and welcome to the Culture Magazine here on I-24 News. I'm Oded Grober, and today a lovely show for you, truly lovely. We'll host singer Lena Makhoul. We'll take a look at the controversial filmmaker Harmony Korine. And we'll see what's going to happen to music on YouTube. We begin today with a special event that took place in Jerusalem last week, the International Academy Day, held by the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, who give out the Emmy Awards, along with Israeli production house Dori Media. Top executives and creative talent from the world of American television met with their Israeli and worldwide counterparts. Amit Kling has more.
The Academy is the leading international organization of television professionals in the world. Our mission is to recognize excellence in television and increasingly in other media with the Emmy Award, and to find ways to expose our members to places and people in the world they ought to know if they are to do their jobs the very best they can.
If it sounds like a mission statement of an intergalactic vessel in a series, that's just because these are the words of the president of an organization of people who devoted themselves to television. This year, the International Academy Day, a networking event for the international top brass of television, took place in Jerusalem. Though some aspects of the Israeli television industry are still modest, original concepts developed here are increasingly sold and developed abroad. Starting with HBO remaking the Israeli drama In Treatment, which lasted 3 seasons, and with the Israeli drama Prisoners of War being redeveloped at Showtime as a smash hit Homeland, Israel does not seem as an exotic locale, but rather as a natural habitat for high-profile mingling.
I think what we share is my favorite show in the world, which is not made by Keshet, is The Bridge.
Thank you.
You should say now the opposite thing about Homeland.
And that is so true. That is really a favorite series.
With such industry big shots as Warner Brothers Worldwide Television Distribution President Jeffrey Schlesinger and famed British television producer Jeff Posner, who went in his career to work from zany sketch comedy The Young Ones to producing The Royal Wedding 2 years ago, the International Academy had a very serious roster to pride itself on. And how do you entertain the entertainment specialists? In this case, the celebratory opening gala of the event featured a mentalist digging into the mind of Jeffrey Schlesinger, what probably thousands of screenwriters tried to do, and winner of the Israeli The Voice, singer Lena Mahul.
Lena Mahul is a singer who in 2013 made history as the first Arab to win the Israeli version of the popular TV singing competition The Voice. Last week, as we've seen, she performed at the gala event of the American Academy of Television Arts and Sciences during their visit here in Israel. Very happy to welcome Lena to our studio. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for inviting me.
How was it performing for the Academy last week?
I was super excited. Like, before I came there, I thought to myself, okay, HBO president's going to be there? Okay.
So
oh my God, Game of Thrones. Oh my God, I'm going to ask him what's going to happen next.
Can we expect a new character in Game of Thrones or something? Or at
God.
least a song for the soundtrack?
Exactly. That's what I've been having some fantasies on. But I had no idea who's HBO, who's... I had no idea who's who. So
you haven't signed the deals yet?
Yet.
Okay,
Yet.
let's leave it at that. Now you got your start on The Voice, obviously, and
right.
With amazing performances, and as we've said, made history. Did you feel anything during the taping of The Voice as an Arab singer on Israeli TV? I guess you stood out a little bit.
Yeah, I did. There were some negative and racist comments. Not so much, because after all, I won.
You did win.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, people don't really get to accept the different, or. But it's okay. I think I made a little change. I know that there are some little boys, young boys or girls, who actually told me, sent me messages on Facebook or got to meet me, and told me that I've changed their whole their whole thoughts.
Right, the whole
Like
view
they've been, like they've been raised
different here. In
exactly,
Israel,
like they've been raised that Arabs are so different from they are. They were taught that we are scaring people. So
well, I'm not feeling very scared at the moment, if that's...
you should.
Let's talk a little bit about music now.
Yeah.
It seems in the last few years as if shows like The Voice, like Rising Star or whatever other American Idol have taken over the music industry.
Right.
I mean, how do you feel about that?
It's a small country.
Yeah.
And, we live in an era where everything happens so fast, and there is no time to do everything as it has been in the last years. So you gotta fit yourself and suit yourself to this era and to this to
the way things are.
Yeah,
I think,
exactly.
nowadays.
So
you don't feel like you'll be given less of a chance because you started off
no, I don't think so, because it's not such an easy way. It's a really tough way.
Yeah.
Like where every singer who's like 30 years in the industry, we've done it in less than a year. So it has been so tough, but in the same time, everything happens really fast.
Yeah, and I guess it's also very rewarding.
Yes, but you gotta act really fast too after you get out there.
Tell me, how did you get into music? Because you weren't heading that direction initially.
Right. I've been dancing actually since I was 4. I've been dancing for 10 years, classic ballet. And in the age of 14, I started playing the piano. And then I brought my piano teacher some notes for a song that I liked. And then I asked her to teach me. And then she told me, do you want me to bring you some girls from the choir to sing along? I told her, no, I want to sing along. So she told me, okay, let's see if you can sing. So I sang, and she was shocked. And that's how it all started. And
here we are today.
Here we are today.
So what are you working on nowadays? When are we going to be able to hear your record?
I'm working on my first single right now. It took me a long time to figure out what I want to do, what language. And after all, I decided that it's going to be Arabic.
Okay.
Because it's my language. This is me. Accept me as I am.
We very easily do. What are you going to sing for us today?
I'm going to sing for you Autumn Leaves in Arabic.
Okay.
What I sang in the Amy's, but it's going to be all Arabic.
Especially for us.
Especially for you.
We feel special anyway.
You are special.
Lena Mahul, let's hear it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
بتذكرك كل ما تجي لتغيم وجهك بيذكر بالخريف بترجع لي كل ما الدنيا بدها تعتم مثل الهوى اللي مبلش عالخفيف القصة مش طقس يا حبيبي هاي قصة ماضي كان عنيف بس هلأ ما بتذكر شكل وشك بس بذكر قديش كان أليف بعده أليف بعدك ظريف بعده بيعني لك مثل الخريف
Director Harmony Korine is known for strange and difficult films that became a cult phenomenon among film lovers. But the filmmaker also has another side as the creator of high-end commercials for fashion brands. Charlotte Attal takes a look at this intriguing artist.
Harmony Korine's story is one of an underground rebel prodigy. He wrote his first screenplay with director Larry Clark at the age of 18. The resulting film, Kids, highlighted the life of New York youth experimenting with sex, drugs, and alcohol. Bringing a new trendy grunge style in American cinema, the movie featured the first performance by indie actress Chloe Sevigny and was quickly appreciated by critics for its provocative, realistic style. In 1997, Korine directed his first feature film, Gumo, which shows a silent, wild youth without attachments or a sense of morality. The movie was shocking, provocative, and did not win appreciation in the United States. But Korine's popularity in Europe and Japan turned him into a fashionable filmmaker. His career had another major breakthrough 10 years later, when he premiered his film Mr. Lonely at the Cannes Film Festival. The film tells the story of a young American lost in Paris that manages to survive by acting as Michael Jackson impersonator. This film went mostly unnoticed, and the filmmaker stopped making movies for a few years. During this period, he created music videos for Cat Power and Bonnie Prince Billy, and even wrote lyrics for the singer Björk. In 2010, Harmony Korine began working for the band Prenze Schule that uses his unique vision to create an advertising campaign for their limited edition t-shirts. But fans can rest assured, Korine's exile did not last long. 2012 matched the filmmaker's return to cinema with Spring Breakers. The film starred James Franco and Disney actress Selena Gomez, which the director turned into amphetamine-fueled party animals. The trash filmmaker was back, and the audience responded. This year, Korine got another boost from the luxury industry. The prestigious brand Dior called on the filmmaker to create a campaign for its fragrance, Dior Addict. In recent years, the brand has not hesitated to work with creative people who think outside the box. In 2013, they hired famous eccentric photographer Nan Golden to work with actor Robert Pattinson for their men's perfume campaign. In his commercial for Dior, Korine directed model Sasha Luce, retaining his eccentric style but keeping it under control.
And now Daniel Campos is here with some troubling news, I'm afraid.
Well, so far it seems like it's rumors. I wouldn't say the bad news is completely for sure. It is a fact that YouTube is removing a lot of indie, what's called music videos, due to licensing agreements. They haven't been able to reach many royalty deals with certain record labels, indie record labels. So bands like, for example, Adele, and also Arctic Monkeys are among the indie bands which might have their clips removed.
Right, but hold on, back up a little. Why is this happening now? Because we've been seeing we've been listening to their music on YouTube for a while now.
Yeah, well, YouTube is becoming more like a player, just like Deezer and Spotify. Okay, when we go to parties today, we listen to music from YouTube. We create the playlists on YouTube, so it's more like a player these days. And
they are about to launch their own streaming service,
Their own streaming service, absolutely.
Okay.
And therefore, they're right now negotiating with record labels how much royalties. And some are complaining that they're actually offering even less than what Spotify offers.
I see. So if I'm not mistaken, they've reached agreements with the major labels.
90% of record labels.
Okay.
Let's not forget also Google, who owns YouTube. They actually negotiated many deals for the Google Play All Access music player.
Okay, but the indie labels are getting not such a good deal, is what they're saying.
They're right now negotiating. One of the reasons maybe is that some record labels, such as Sub Pop, prefer to have their own independent players as well.
I see.
In a world of startups, many record labels also prefer to have their own player. The market is also full of competition.
Yeah.
Apple.
And what do we? I mean, are users making their voice heard about this? Are we? Can we expect that YouTube to lose its?
Well, some people are complaining that it's not fair that, for example, in the United States, some videos can be viewed, and meanwhile they're blocked in Europe because some artists have split contracts with different record labels depending on the country, distribution rights.
So Adele, who else?
Adele, we have a Modest Mouse, we have also Arctic Monkeys, among many of these indie bands.
Wow. And some big names, after all. Radiohead, I think, also.
Radiohead
attended.
as well. That's
all
very
right,
big.
let's keep going because this I want to end up on something a little better. What you got for us?
We're going to talk about the Malawi mouse boys to end up in a happy note. That what you see they're selling, that's actually kebab, mice on a kebab.
Mice on a stick.
And this is a traditional food in Malawi. It's full of protein. These are not disgusting city rats. These are mice that eat grains and roots.
Okay.
And this is
they're
a music.
Musicians.
They are musicians, and they already toured England. They had a very successful tour last year.
So we'll look them up on YouTube. Hopefully they're still there. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Oded.
Thank you for joining us today as well. We'll be here tomorrow with a whole new edition of Culture for You. Be there.